Hi y'all, my name is Lauren. I am a PhD chemist. Today we're going to be doing an update on my deck of panning. So this should be the February update. So going back into the cards that we pulled in January. So first we pulled the Four of Diamonds, which has pan. And for that, I was using my eye primer from Amore Us. So that looks like this, one of my only products with pan, and hopefully you can see that I got quite a bit more used out of it. So I only needed to use it 4 times, but in actuality, for the past month, I used it 14 times. So like I said, that's the eyeshadow primer that I use most days that I'm doing eyeshadow. So next in this project, I drew a 2 of clubs, and that was pretty packaging. So I chose my YSL blush in shade 44. So for that one, it was fairly easy. I only needed to use it 2 times, so I completed that. Next in the ones that I completed was the 10 of diamonds. So that was Copycat. And I copycatted another panner. So it's just Steph is commonly using the Forget the Filler from Lawless. So because I drew the 10 of diamonds, I needed to use this 10 times, and I did, with the last being today. So this is also rolling out. So that's 3 rollouts. Next, I drew in the Ace of Hearts, which was a pick 2. So then I drew the 4 of Hearts, which was a splurge product. And so I drew this Dior Forever Blush filter in Peony. And because I drew it for the 4 of Hearts, I needed to use it 4 times, and I did. So I completed this goal. So yet another roll out of this project. And then the final card that I drew was the 3 of Clubs, which was indie. So for that, I did this Celestial Lights palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. So it has the 3 different highlights. And what I will say is I got through the first one and the third one using it 3 times very, very quickly. This middle one is a lot more pigmented than these 2 on the outside. These are a little bit sheerer. This middle pink one has a bit more base pigment to it. So it actually took me a little bit longer to get the 3 uses on this middle one, but I did. So this is also rolling out of the project. So that's 5 rollouts. But because I drew that red ace, I needed to pick up a 6 card. So the last card that I had was the King of Hearts, which was a baby goal. And for that, I brought in the Vitamin Enriched Face Base from Bobbi Brown, and I needed to use this 10 times because I rolled it in for a king, so a face card. And I have used it 9 times. So I still have 1 more use on it. And ironically enough, it's probably down to about here now. So I'll probably just keep using it until I finish it because I am so close, but I don't think that 10 uses was actually going to get me to a completed panned product. So now, since I was able to roll out all 5 of those things, and I do have the 1 remaining that I only need to use 1 time, I'm gonna go ahead and roll in 5 more cards. So I did shuffle off camera, but just 1 more time, so that way you can see that it is shuffled. And then I'm going to cut the deck on camera and take the top 5 cards off. So the first one is the Queen of Hearts, and next we have the 3 of Hearts. Next we have the 10 of Clubs, and then the Ace of Hearts, and lastly the Queen of Clubs. So if I remember correctly, yep, the red ace is pickup 2. So I'm going to pick up 1 more card, which is the Queen of Diamonds, which is a very, very queen heavy round. I got 3. Very interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out what from my collection I can use for those and what the prompts are, and then I'll come back with all of those products. So I did notice that the red queens are vetoes. So since I only have 1 product left in this project right now, and I drew both red queens, the heart and the diamond, I'm gonna go ahead and redraw another card. So I'm gonna keep that veto in my back pocket for something if I need it in the future. But otherwise I am gonna draw in another card because I have two vetoes are not needed this early in the game. So next, I'm going to do the 6 of diamonds. Okay, so to talk about what I brought in, so for the first card that I replaced the Queen of Diamonds with, I drew the 6 of Diamonds, which was a wish list dupe. So for that, I'm going to pull in the Too Faced Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek color. So this is to replace on my wish list the Violette FR Matte Lip Whip in Mon Cherie. So I plan on using this purely as a lip color and see if it works. So I've used it as a cheek color in the past off of a brush, but I have not used this on my lips yet. So it's supposed to be the same formula type situation. And if you saw my birthday haul, I had that in my Sephora cart at one point and I took it out, and so I didn't end up getting it. But I do want to see if this is something that can dupe that wish list item or if that needs to stay on my wish list for Sephora. So next I drew in the Queen of Clubs, and so for that it was Miss Right Now, which is seasonal or something you want to use right now. So for that one, I'm gonna go ahead and pull in my Rhode Pocket Blush. So this is in Toasted Teddy, and I did pick this up from my birthday haul, if you saw that video. So that is why I want to use it right now, just because I just purchased it. So therefore it is a right now item that I do want to use. Next, I pulled in the Queen of Hearts, which is a veto, which I'm not going to use at this moment because the only thing left in my project from last month is this vitamin enriched face base, and I do want to finish using that, so I'm not going to veto the one use left I have left on this product. So the next card that I pulled in was the Ace of Hearts, which is pick 2. So I had to go back and pick 2 more cards. So that was the 3 of Hearts, which was a cool toned product. And so for cool toned, I'm going to bring in this ABH blush here, specifically in baby pink. So it's more of a lavender color, but I haven't gotten to use it too often. So for this one, I'm going to use it 3 times because I drew it in for the 3 of Hearts. Apologies previously as well. The Rhode Blush, because it was for the Queen, will be used 10 times. The Too Faced Cloud Crush will also be used 6 times because it was pulled in for the 6 of Diamonds. So the final card that I'm drawing in for this one is the 10 of Clubs, and for that one it was a glowy product. So I am going to choose this Dior Forever Glow Maximizer, and this is the holiday one that came out last year, so it's Abracada Dior. Very interesting name there. But I need to use this 10 times in order to get it out of this project because I rolled it in for the 10 of Clubs. Those are the 4 new products that I am bringing into this project. Again, the reason why it's not 5 is because of this veto that I have. And so I'm going to hold on to that, but I will definitely be getting the 1 use left on my vitamin enriched face base. So that will be rolling out for sure. In fact, I really hope I finish it before we come back for next month's progress. And then the 3 on the ABH blush should be fairly easy to hit. I have higher numbers on some other things. So the Rhode blush needs 10, the highlight from Dior needs 10, and then the Too Faced lip matte also needs 6. So not 100% sure that those will be rollouts for the next time, but hopefully they will. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your day and come back next March 20th to see how this project is progressing. Thanks, y'all.